Hi there, it is Thursday the 18th of February, the second day of Lent, a bit of a gloomy day, but not a cold day, certainly not as cold as last week, so maybe, just maybe, we're moving more towards spring now and away from that cold weather. The daffodils have started poking through the lawn in the last week. They're not flowering yet, but at least it's a sign that we are moving towards warmer weather. I have begun being part of a learning cohort last week, a group thinking about pioneering missional initiatives, thinking about how in a changed world we do mission, as our calling is as a church community to go and make disciples in all the world. And we began last week's cohort with a quote that we were asked to think about. The quote goes, "Love brings movement, it causes things." Love brings movement, it causes things. What we were asked to think about is where are we seeing things happen around us because of love? How is love causing things to happen in the world around us, or in our own immediate world around us? And that's got me really thinking a lot this week about love. And if we think about love, love is more than just an emotion. Certainly when it comes to our Christian faith, love is more than an emotion. It is what God calls himself. We read it in 1 John, that God is love. And Jesus tells his disciples in John's Gospel that he says to them, "A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you." And then he says, "By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." And the implication of what Jesus is saying there is that love becomes an expression. It causes things to happen, things that are visible. And so people will know that there is love between the disciples because they are seeing love being expressed between the disciples. There's a wonderful book called The 5 Love Languages. It's written mostly for couples, and it talks about the 5 different ways that love can be expressed. Love is expressed through gifts. It is expressed through touch, through hugs and kisses. Love is expressed through expressions of love, words of love. So by telling somebody that you love them. And then the other 2 ways that love is expressed is through time, through spending time with a person, and through acts of service. And often conflict comes between couples, or within couples, when the two have their primary expression of love as being different from one another, and there is a lack of understanding about that. So for an example, for Joanne and myself, my primary expression of love is through acts of service, whereas Joanne's primary expression of love is through time spent together. That's really important for her, the time that we spend together. And so without the knowledge of this, the conflict comes when I'm running around doing things for her because I'm expressing my love for her that way, but she is feeling unloved because I'm so busy doing things for her, but I'm not spending time with her. And while that is, as I said, that book is primarily for couples, it really is broader than that. Is that often we can feel unloved because the way that the love has been expressed to us is not in a way that we immediately identify with. And so somebody could be busy doing things for us and we're not even seeing them do the things for us, but they're so hard at work doing stuff for us, and we feel unloved because they're not spending time with us. And that can be hurtful, because we feel unloved, but sometimes it can be hurtful for the other person because they're thinking, "But I'm doing so much for you, how can you not feel loved by me?" Those 5 love languages are also helpful when we consider that question of where are we seeing love expressed around us, because maybe we're not immediately spotting it because it's been expressed in a way that we don't immediately identify. So the purpose of the question was really twofold, was being aware of where love has been expressed around us, but maybe also a challenge to us of how are we loving people around us? Are we aware of where love needs to be expressed? And that really is what God is saying to us as a church when He is calling us to mission, is people need to know my love. They need to see an expression of my love. You see, bringing people to Jesus and making them aware of Jesus is more than just talking to them about Jesus. It's about them being able to see that within this community of believers, the church, the kingdom, whatever name you want to attach to that community of believers, is different. That there is a kindness and a gentleness, that there is a willingness to be forgiven and a willingness to forgive that is not found in the world around us. Now, I'm not saying that we have a monopoly on those emotions and those feelings and those expressions, but the place that they come from is different. We express our love from a servant heart, not from a heart of entitlement. The world does things because they want something in return. We do things because we love. And the source of all things is love. So I want you to think about that maybe. Look around and see, where is love being expressed in the world around you? Rain is really coming down hard now. Where is love being expressed in the world around you? Is it somewhere that you can join in? And is there a gap where love has not been expressed? And you can express God's love into that place. It's wet. I've been talking for far too long, so I'm going to say goodbye. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Please look after yourselves. Be sensible. This virus is not gone yet. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.